Good morning, Capricorn. Welcome to my weekly Tarot Love Journal. I'm the Tarot Muse, and I've got all the cards shuffled and laid out here so we can save time and just dive straight into it. And so I'm going to start picking the cards for your spread. And while I'm doing that, I just want to make an announcement and say that I have created a series of how to read the tarot cards, how to interpret the symbols of each of the cards. So if you're interested in learning how to read tarot cards, then subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notifications. And right now in the top left right hand corner, it should be popping up. You can just click on that and it'll take you through to one of the playlists, and of which there are many more. Right. All right, so let's dive straight into it. So in the present moment, I have the Deception card coming up, and crossing that I have the Eight of Swords. So this is quite intense. The rest of the cards look okay. The past is not looking so good either. So Deception, the Deception card with the Eight of Swords crossing it. Eight of Swords is feeling bound, trapped, suffocated, but it's all self-imposed. It's all the swords rule the mind, and therefore this is something that you have allowed or created yourself. So with regards to deception, I'm getting three cards. I've got the King of Wands, the Judgment, and the Justice. And it's talking about with this person, this fire sign, this fiery person. King of Wands is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It doesn't always refer to the astrological sign. Sometimes it's the energy, the quality of the person. So someone who's entrepreneurial, very charismatic, fiery, playful, a little bit of a player. It has the potential to be that. With regards to the deception with this person, it's about stepping into a higher place. And then we've got the Justice card, because the Justice is about cause and effect, and it's for the actions that you've put in which create the results. So the results that I'm getting, the effect of whatever it is that has happened here with regards to deception, is the Tower card. And the Tower card is about destruction and breakdown and disillusionment and things crumbling and unfolding. So yeah, either this is something that has happened with this person, or it's something that you have done that has not been honest. It may even be a case of lying to yourself about this person, or misleading yourself about this person. Okay, what's happening in the past? Let's get through cards, because I've got the Five of Pentacles card here, and it's talking about struggle, especially financial struggle, but not necessarily financial struggle. And so, yeah, okay, so with regards to, it could be financial struggle, or it could just be with the struggle in life around a project, a creative project, and there was an attempt to take back power with some kind of stalemate that was happening around the relationship. There was some kind of impulsive action, possibly angry words exchanged, or something that happened where it was not well thought out. Possibly it was impulsive, the action, and so it reached some kind of stalemate. And then we have the card of reflecting on what has happened and reviewing in order to get to a new emotional place, or possibly with regards to the love connection, because I've got the Lost card over here, the Betrayal and Lost card. So that's in the past. I want to find out what this Eight of Swords is that's crossing the Deception card. So again, the Eight of Swords is where it is that you are trapped, stuck, feeling bound, and thinking that you can't move forward, which is not true. So I've got okay. Again, so we now have the Queen of Wands. So it's talking about this fiery person again. And it's showing immense distress and mental anguish and anxiety, and possibly even lying awake at night stressing and worrying about it. And so with regards to this feeling of trappedness, it's because you're anguishing over this person. And instead of, anguishing over this person who it appears may be looking away, who's not interested, who's possibly even moved on in a different direction. And this is creating some kind of a loss for you. Okay. So let's see what's coming up in the past. In the conscious for you. What is conscious for you right now, Capricorn? And I've got I've got the Ace of Wands. And so it's talking about new creative beginnings, or a fresh start, a new opportunity of detachment around this happy relationship, the happiness of this relationship. So there's some kind of detachment that's going on for you, where you're able to start moving away from perhaps your expectations that you were holding onto around this connection. So there's a shift, it appears, that's happening for you with this relationship. There's some kind of detachment, not detachment, but possibly mental mastery, where you're no longer so enmeshed in the situation. And I'm not saying it's happened yet, but the spark is starting to happen, where you're starting to realize that it's okay. I need to move away from this. This isn't healthy. It's not good for me. In the Lenormand cards, I work with a few different spreads here. I have the Rider, the Coffin, the Heart, Bouquet, Clover, and Tower. And the Rider, Coffin, Heart is talking about what's starting to happen is a love is coming to an end. And the pleasantries and the luck around the connection is going into some kind of isolation. It's creating some kind of isolation. It's almost like there's a wall around the love that was there, or the connection. And possibly what you have created yourself, Capricorn. I also want to read the Love Oracle card here, and it may or may not apply to all of you, but it says concerns surrounding the family. Concerns surrounding the family. A spouse is under a lot of pressure because of a needy family member. Don't place any extra pressure on him or her. This phase will eventually pass, and the closeness between the two of you may be restored. So it's not necessarily referring to the closeness being restored, but it may refer to the pressure that this person is under. If this resonates, great. If not, just discard it. I also then want to talk about the Osho spread that's coming up here. And the present moment card is ordinariness. And and then what is conscious for you right now are the strong. We've got the morality card, so it's a very black and white card. This should be like that, and that should be like that, and it's the image is that of almost like a tight prune of a woman who's stiff and strict, and she's holding all these rigid stances on how things should and shouldn't be, and it's saying soften, return back to the ordinariness, and drop that, and the way through that is just about allowing yourself to experience this whole journey as it happens, and to somehow return to your creativity, because that is how the change will happen for you. So whatever that creativity is, whether it's putting your energy into a project, whether it's starting to cook again, or whether it's, whatever your passion is, putting your energy into that, so that rigid morality and that fixation on that can soften, and you can return to the ordinariness of life. Okay, enough lecturing. So that is what is conscious for you, is some kind of change that's starting to be needed for the relationship within yourself, and where it is that you move away from possibly your expectations around how you wanted the relationship to be and how they're not matching up. Okay. So what is not conscious for you? So it hasn't come into your field of awareness yet, and it may do so over the next few days. And it's talking about the contentment around... sorry, I am in the Philippines, so I always mention this, but I'm right on the ocean, and there's lots of very noisy motorboats. Anyway, you may hear that, but we'll just continue with the reading. So with regards to the contentment and the passion and the sensuality and the happiness in the connection, I've got the heartbreak card, and I've got the conflict card, and then I've got the manifestation card, and manifest balance to the relationship. So it's talking about the attempts to, this will start becoming conscious for you, bringing yourself back to a place of balance. It's just a choice. It's a choice to restore balance within the connection, and come back to some place of contentment. So dropping the morality around it, the rights and the wrongs, so that it can diffuse the heartbreak, the chaotic heartbreak or tension that the connection is in right now. Okay, so I want to find out where you are at, what's going on for you. I've got the Strength card over here, and the Strength talks about accessing the inner strength. So it's, in order to access the inner strength, we have to meet the demons within. And the demons are all about illusion. And wherever it is that we think something is so, or we are in fear of something, that's a demon. And that will come up for review with the Strength card, so that we can move through it and find our strength around that area. And so for you, it's around the emotional connection, returning to that emotional part of you, that sensitive part of you, as you stay present with what's going on in this connection, and yet look out to see what you're going to bring next into your life. So life is always in flux and change, and we're always reinventing, we're always recreating. And so it's returning back to the softness, the softening that I was talking about within you. So where's the other person at? We've got the Fool card over here. And so they're working with their emotions as well. For this card, I have got the Queen of Cups coming up, which is a water sign. So it could be a water. This person could be a water sign. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and it's talking about the work. This person is working on a new beginning for themselves, moving away from all this conflict, moving away from the loss and the challenges and the defeat, and returning back, softening themselves and returning back to the things that give meaning to their life. And they're going through a transformation of their own, and it's a new beginnings for them. They're starting to let go. That's where the other person's at. So where's the relationship at? And right now I've got the Taking a Stand card. It's hot. Okay, taking a stand. All right, so taking a stand, and then we've got the Death card, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So the ending of fantasies or wish-fulfilled thinking. So taking a stand against having a both of you in this relationship. This is about the relationship itself as a third party, standing up against wherever there was illusion or things were not honest or real within the connection. Bring in that. So we've got the Eight of Wands, and it's these rods that are coming down to the earth, and in a way it's a grounding force. It's taking this idea and bringing it into earth, grounding it, and it's about taking what was not honest and real about the connection and giving it meaning. And we do this so that we can become accountable and we can own what is ours. and recognize the patterns that have played out in order to shift. So I feel like both parties are doing it or are needing to do it within this connection. So what is my responsibility in this whole situation, and taking responsibility for that. And then with the outcome card, I have the Star, which is about wishes and dreams. And we've got the Hermit card, the Four of Swords, and the King of Swords. And so it's talking about, with regards to your hopes and dreams, just taking some time out to detach from the whole situation so that you can return back to what is important for you, what has meaning and value for you, what your hopes are, what your dreams are, coming back to you. But the Hermit card is a really important part of that, because it's about spending time alone, going inwards and finding your light. So the outcome card, the future card, is the High Priestess, and she's about that which cannot be defined yet or has not come into form. It's the mystery. And it's the mystery and the confusion, because I've also got the Moon card. So it's very intuitive and mysterious, and it's not clear yet. And it talks about the sexuality and the passion and this connection, the nature of this relationship. And there's a surrender that's needed. So I guess what this card is saying is, intuitively, with regards to the connection and the confusion around it, there's a surrender that's required around the actual give and take, in order to see the bigger picture, in order to see what's really going on, in order to see who you both are in the relationship and how it is that you meet each other in tension. And yeah, I think it's also saying, that all unveil itself with time. It cannot fully be understood now. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that shed some light on your situation. I have got a meditation video which should be coming up at some point in the top left-hand corner. It's a beautiful meditation. It's my go-to. So if you're needing some support, watch this and start working with it. I learned it from a Balinese master when I was working and living in Bali. It's very powerful. And then again, please like and subscribe to my channel. Support me so I can keep creating this content for you. And then lastly, I would really like to hear and feel and know and understand what resonated for you about this reading. I'd like to hear your comments, what's coming up for you. Let's start a conversation. If you're still here watching, thanks for watching. Bye for now.